Hi, so in this video, hi everyone. In this video, I want to show you how to solve a 3 by 3 system by elimination. Okay, so remember, it's a 3 by 3 system. Why? Because you have three equations and three different variables, x, y, and z. Okay, so you want to go from 3 by 3 to a 2 by 2 system. And for this, you have to eliminate a variable. So you can create our 2 by 2 system. And the first step will be, okay, I'm going to go through the first step is to identify which variable to eliminate. Do you want to eliminate variable x, y, or z? Okay, so identify which variable to eliminate. So for me, in this example here, I'm choosing to eliminate the variable z. Okay, so after after choosing, so the next step, you're going to choose two equations and eliminate the variable. Here, in this case, is going to be the variable z to create our first equation for our 2 by 2 system. So the goal is to come up with two equations, and you want to create the first one. How are you going to do that? You're going to choose two equations. So I'm just going to go with the first two equations here. So that's the first two equations I'm going to use, equation 1 and 2. So remember, to eliminate a variable, okay, z here, there needs to be opposite of each other. If I want to cancel variable z, they have to be opposite. However, they're not opposite. So what can you do to make them opposite? Okay, so for this example, you have to multiply one equation by -1 to make the term with the variable z opposite of each other. Okay, so when you multiply by -1, so the first equation stays the same, but the second equation, what I did, I took the opposite of every term for the second equation. So I got positive 2x minus 3y minus z equal to positive 13. And then we can now add vertically. So we can now add. So when you add, you end up with 4x plus 4y, and this is added up to 0, equal to -40. Okay, so now I can see here that each coefficient of x and y, and as well the constant -40, are divisible by 4. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to divide each number by the entire equation by 4. So it's simplified to x plus y equal -10. So we found the first equation for our 2 by 2 system, which is x plus y equal -10. Okay, so I found the first equation for a 2 by 2 system. So I wrote it right here. Okay, x plus y equal -10. So we need to get the equation now of a second, for the second equation. So what are you going to do then? Okay, so the same principle as before. So you're going to choose two equations. Make sure to include the equation not used before to cancel the same variable. So I did not use equation 3 before, earlier. Earlier, if you notice, I used equation 1 and 2. So now for the next set, I have to include equation 3. And the second equation right here can either be equation 1 or 2. So you can choose equation 1 or 2. So for me, I chose to use equation 2, but you could use equation 1. But you have to make sure that you use the equation not used before, and then and one or the other. Which here I chose equation number 2. And then again, you want to cancel the variable z. So to cancel the variable z, what needs to happen to cancel z? So again, you have to multiply one of the equation by -1 so that they become opposite of each other. The z are opposite. Now they are not opposite. So what am I going to do then? I'm going to take the second equation and I'm going to multiply by -1, or just take the opposite of every single term for equation 2, so that now the variables z are opposite of each other. So let's do that. Okay, so I took the opposite of -2x is positive 2x. The opposite of positive 3y is -3y. The opposite of positive z is -z. And the opposite of -13 is positive 13. So now we can see that the term with a z are now opposite of each other. So we can cancel out. And the new equation is going to be, so make sure you're going to add vertically. Okay, 6 plus 2x add up to 8x. Okay, 3y minus 3y, oh wow, we cancels out to 0. And now we have positive z minus z added also to 0. So equal to, okay, so now we have left with 8x equal to negative 32. So you want to divide by 8 on both sides. Okay, why? So you can get x alone. And now x is equal to negative 4. So now we solve our second equation, and that's nice here. The second equation is just one variable. We don't have two variables. So it's going to be, the next equation is going to be x equal to negative 4. So we are going to be solving our 2 by 2 system. So next step, step 4. For step 4. So how would you solve this 2 by 2 system? You can even use elimination of substitution, but because here x is already solved for, I'm going to use substitution. So this is my equation. I'm going to use x plus y equal negative 10. What do we know about x? So I know about x is negative 4. So I'm going to plug in negative 4 plus y equal negative 10. So then I get negative 4 plus y equal negative 10. I want to get y alone, so I'm going to add 4 on both sides. So the new equation is going to be y equal negative 6. So I know now that x is negative 4 and y is negative 6. So out of the 3 unknown variables, I know 2. So what am I going to do next for step 5? So because I know one already, I know 2 unknown variables, so I can go back to my original equation. So from the beginning. So what you can do, since I know what x and y, the value for x and y, I'm going to pick one of those 3 equations. And then I'm going to substitute the value for x and y and solve for z. So for step 5, I use one of the 3 original equations, then substitute the value of the variables to solve for the last one. So what am I saying? So I'm using the last equation I'm choosing to use the last equation number 3. You could have used equation 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. You end up with the same number for z. So when I use the last one, I know next what I can do is, because you're trying to solve for z, because I cancel z earlier, and this equation gives us z. So I can solve for z. By doing what? I'm going to replace x by its value. What is the value of x? It's negative 4. And what is the value of y? The value of y is negative 6. Okay, then I plug in the number, so all you have to compute and solve for z. Okay, so that's why we are here. So next step, you multiply, you get negative 24 minus 18 plus equal negative 44. You combine like terms, the negative 24 minus 18 to get negative 42. And again, you want to solve for z. So here you're going to add 42 on both sides, and you're going to get z equal negative 3. And remember, the final step, like I said, I like to say in class, is write your solution in order pair style. Okay, so first write the number for x first, the y, and the number for z last. So it should be parentheses negative 4, negative 6, negative 3, and close the parentheses. And that's it. Okay, so I know it's involved a lot of steps, but remember, follow the steps and you should be fine when you do your homework or as you do your quiz. Okay, so I hope the video was beneficial to you. Bye bye, and see you in the next video.